This is Mike Roth. Welcome to the Open Forum in the Villages podcast. In this show, we're going to talk to leaders in the community, leaders of clubs, and interesting folks who live here in the villages to give a perspective of what's happening here in the villages and information that I think all villagers should have. We hope to add a new episode most Fridays at 9 o'clock. We are making a change soon. All of our shows will be distributed by a single podcast syndicator, Buzzsprout, both the old shows and the new show. We are also changing our subscription plans. Now you will be a supporter by simply making a subscribing via Buzzsprout. You can make a contribution of any amount that you'd like. We'd suggest $3 a month. If that's too much for your budget, you can pay less, or if you're really enjoying what we're doing and want to see us continue, you can pay more. This is going to be a subscriber-supported podcast. We are making this conversion to make it easier for everybody. And all of the subscriber-only episodes that were available on Apple Podcasts will now be converted to the Buzzsprout channel, and everyone can go ahead and listen to those. This is Mike Roth. You're about to hear an episode of Open Forum in the Villages that was recorded live at the Benz Club Car Show at Lake Sumter Landing on March 31st, 2023. There was a band playing in the background. Some of the recordings may be a little bit more difficult to hear. If there is almost no sound of the band, those recordings were done in the car show participants' vehicle. Of course, that shows how quiet the interior of a Mercedes-Benz can be. Thank you for listening and enjoy. This is Mike Roth, Open Forum in the Villages. We're here at the Mercedes-Benz Car Show in Lake Sumter Landing, trying to make a recording over the band. So I'm here with Bill Goldberg, the owner of a Mercedes-Benz EQE. It's a 2023?
EQS.
EQS. Bill Goldberg, owner of an EQS 22. And we're looking at the
450 plus.
The 450 plus. We're looking for the folding mirrors feature.
Okay, so what you do is you go to settings.
Settings on the main menu, yes.
Then you go down and you look for
folding mirrors. Bottom one, folding mirrors.
Automatic mirror folding. Turn it on, and it doesn't.
What happens if you don't want them to fold?
Just turn it on.
Oh, okay. The display's better with the mirrors open. Very nice.
Well, this way, when I walk away from the car, I can tell when it's locked.
So what do you like best about driving this car, Bill?
Everything. There's nothing that's disappointed me yet.
And what's the most powerful feature for you?
How well it handles and the acceleration, and the fact that I never have to pull into a gas station again.
That's a great advantage, never having to pull in a gas station. Have you ever pulled into a charging station?
Not yet. I have a home charger, and I haven't had the need to really charge it anyplace else, but I have the apps for every charging company that is currently in existence, and there's thousands of charging stations around. Most of them, well, a good portion of them are level 2, which will charge at a slower rate than a level 3. Level 3 will get you from 20% to 80% in about 25 minutes.
And since you live in the villages, where is the nearest public charging station to the villages?
Right outside on 301.
301 and
44.
Oh,
at the hotel.
Okay, that's not too bad for most people in the villages.
Well, if you get a 400-mile, 450-mile range, how often are you going to be charging?
Yeah, living in the villages.
So you'll charge once a month?
Yeah.
Buy a home charger, it's easier.
Yeah, that I fully understand. Hey, Bill, thanks for joining us on Open Forum in the Villages.
My pleasure, Mike.
Okay, this is Mike Roth, Open Forum in the Villages. I'm sitting in Jim McCraw's brand new Mercedes-Benz E350, and it's a 2021?
That is correct, sir. Yes, it's a 2021.
What do you like best about this car, Jim?
The touchscreen display, which is over 2 feet wide, compared to my previous car, which had 2 little round instruments, and that was it. And it was not touchscreen. This is an amazing amount of information available to the driver and the passenger throughout the trip. All kinds of stuff. We've only had the car a day and a half, so we're still learning how it works. But this is an amazing display system, and if you don't like it, you can just shut it off,
Right.
which makes it even better.
Right. And so do you use the Apple CarPlay feature with this system?
Yes, yeah. I've been an Apple guy since 1985, and as the phones got more and more sophisticated, and the hookups and Apple CarPlay came along, it's just a really nice thing to have.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful car.
But these days, now, you don't really need it because you can just tell the car what you want. You just say, "Hey, Mercedes," and the screen comes on and says, "How may I help you?" in a soft, lovely female voice. That's hard to beat.
Right. So it's a white car.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
That was Mercedes talking.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all white. It's got 19-inch AMG wheels and 19-inch Pirelli P7 Cinturato run-flat tires on it,
Good.
which I didn't even realize until this morning,
They-
the second day of ownership.
Yes. And I have Pirellis on mine, and they run flats, and they're quiet, and they handle very well, almost like a race suspension.
Oh, and speaking of suspension, we have 4 different selections right here on the dashboard: Economy, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus.
Oh.
So I can't wait to go find a country road and put it on Sport Plus and see what it'll do.
Oh, yeah, it'll probably do a lot. Yeah. And when you bought the car, how many years did you think you're going to keep this one?
For the rest of my life, this is our last car. I had a previous E420 Mercedes for 26 years, and although it was far from worn out, it was just time to make a change, so that's what we did.
Well, you got the modern technology, you got the modern safety features. It's a great looking car, Jim. Hope you enjoy it. Anything else you want to tell our listeners about the new Mercedes?
Well, if you're in the market for a Mercedes-Benz, new or used, we certainly recommend the dealership in Gainesville, Mercedes-Benz of Gainesville. They're very nice people, very easy to work with, and they'd like to stick with you for the long term.
Good. Thanks a lot, Jim.
You're very welcome.
Mike, on Open Forum of the Villages at the Benz show at Lake Sumter Square. I'm here with Robert Stanzolo.
Yeah.
So, Robert, when you talk to people about joining the Mercedes-Benz Club, Benz Club, what do you tell them?
I'm telling them, first of all, I'm telling them when we meet and where we meet, and then how active we are, that we take rides and go out for dinners, and we're going up to the Mercedes dealer coming up shortly, and he's going to put all of our machines on an analyzer. Yes.
For free.
For free, yes, exactly.
That's about $150 value right
Yes.
there. And we only charge $20 for membership.
That's right. He asked me, he says, "That's all you charge? It's $20? I said, yeah.
Well, you can pay more, you can tell them.
Good point.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Okay,
today.
all right. Thank you.
This is Mike Roth. I'm with,
John Winter,
and John, what Mercedes do you have?
a 1996 SL 500.
Nice car. What do you like best about it?
The ride.
The ride.
The ride, it's smooth.
Smooth ride.
Yep.
Good. How long have you owned it?
About 3 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
I found it in the paper, the Daily Sun,
Really?
looking for a Corvette. Found this, went up to Ocala, looked at it. My wife Dawn loved it, and we bought it.
And what do you like best about the car, Dawn?
Convertible.
That's right. There are a lot of people who only buy convertibles, and there are a lot of people like me who don't like the extra sound. Good. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
This is Mike Roth on Open Forum in the Villages. I'm here with Joe Apicella at the Mercedes-Benz or Benz Club Car Show at Lake Sumter Landing. Joe, why don't you tell us about your Mercedes-Benz?
Okay. Way back, I bought two Mercedes, actually. I bought a 2013 AMG 63. Now, that car is a very high-performance car with 600 horsepower, and it just has that AMG. And that engine is built outside the factory by one engineer. And as soon as he approves it, the running of it, that's when they install it into the car. And that's my sports car, and it's extremely powerful. But then I have the S550, and you talk about comfort. That's a big boat. That thing just glows down the highway.
That's what we're sitting in now. You picked this one up at the factory?
No, I didn't pick either one up in the factory. I was going to pick the AMG up in the factory. And, to go over there, I could have saved $11,000. But then they told me in order to go on the Autobahn, which would have been a good part of it, they wanted to put a license on the front of my car and drill 2 holes in the front of my car to hold the license. I said, no way. That is not happening on my car. And that's a hardtop convertible. That's really a beautiful car. Now, the S550, the interior in that car is done in beige and brown. And I'll tell you, it's just an amazing car. Even the steering wheel is beautiful in this car.
It's a wood steering wheel. It's rather unusual.
Yes, it's very, very unusual. Very pretty looking car. And I actually went up to Mercedes to buy a crossover. I walked in and this S550 sat there with a big red bow on the hood. And I said to my wife, look at that.
You said, that's for me.
That we got inside. And I said, what do you think? She said, this is beautiful. I said, should we get this one? She said, I like it. I said, okay. And so now I have 2 cars, and I still don't have I do have a crossover. She wanted an orange car, and Mercedes didn't make one, so I bought her another type of car for running around. And we call that my Rainmobile, because we don't want to take our Mercedes out in the rain. No way. So we take the Rainmobile out for that.
I understand that. And every once in a while, you got to take it out and test the windshield wiper.
Yeah, that's exactly right. See I haven't had to change the windshield wipers, so that's a good point you make there, Mike. I hadn't had to change the windshield wipers. They're almost brand new because it does not go out in the rain. I mean, I almost cry if it rains on my cars. And the other day, we had. When you take your car out and you're doing a high school a favor and you bring your car or something like that and it rains, oh man, it's terrible.
So Joe, you were telling me earlier today about a new polish, a silicone dioxide or ceramic coating that you put on this car. Tell our listeners about that.
Okay, well, I've been a car shine buff for ages. When I was in my business, I had them professionally done by an outstanding guy. So I've taken over that responsibility now, and I used all kind of waxes, and always a very, very good wax. But they finally came out with a ceramic wax, and I use a wax called Produxa, Produxa, Produxa ceramic. But they're all good, and the people on ceramic. Many of them do a ceramic coating by stripping your car altogether and then put it a ceramic coating for 5 years. I did have that done to one of my cars, and the kid did a wonderful job. But now I touch it up with my ceramic, and it's just and it's easy. That's the thing. It's easy, not like the old waxes.
Right, and better than that, if it does get wet in the rain, because I do take my cars out in the rain when I have to, the water and the dirt just roll right off that ceramic coating. Much
exactly.
Better than paint or wax.
Exactly. Now, one of the things I do when you're talking about taking water off a car, I have a real big blower. And at one of the shows, we learned, you have water gets sitting around your lights and things like that. You get one of these big blowers and you blow the water off first and then do the final water if you still have any water on.
Did you buy a specific blower to blow the water off the car, or just use a leaf blower?
No, yeah, exactly. A big leaf blower, a very powerful leaf blower. And it is amazing when I found that out and somebody told me there's a lot less work, because if you do have water on a car, if it does ever amount to anything, because sometimes it just beads up real nice and it doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
And
I bought that drying aid spray from Matt Moorman, Obsessed Garage. And that stuff has a little bit of silicone in it, and it's got a chemical in it so that when you put your towel on, all the water goes into the towel. One pass.
Beautiful.
Less of a chance of scratching the car.
Beautiful.
These are beautiful cars, Joe. Anything else you want to tell our listeners?
I'll just tell you the quality, and people say they're expensive and everything else, but you got to remember, engineering quality from Germany is amazing. Everything they do is top of the line, and it's once you own a Mercedes, and even if you sit in their seats, you feel like you're in a quality seat compared to, and I have other cars, but there's nothing like the Mercedes.
Good. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show, Joe.
Okay.
This is Mike Roth, Open Forum in the Villages. I'm here at the Mercedes Car Show, and I'm sitting with Pete Jungblut in a
2020 CLA 250.
It's a beautiful car, Pete.
Oh, thank you.
You had it ceramic coated.
Ceramic coated.
When it was
it's black in color, and I had it ceramic coated. It is the CLA 250, so it's kind of a sportier version of the A class.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has the AMG packaging, styling. It's not an AMG, but it has the styling.
Well, it's got a beautiful dash setup.
Yeah.
With about a 2-foot LED display, and
yeah. Now it's also the night package, so it's black on black on black on black. So everything's blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the AMG features like the brushed aluminum pedals.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, these are nice. And then some of the other features like the you get the floor mats and the grill is the AMG styling, and the wheels. The wheels are the spokey, the black spokey wheels.
Now,
so
what do you do to maintain the quality of the finish? Because that ceramic coating was put on 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
And it looks like it's brand new, Pete.
Looks like it's brand new. I had it done at Total Recon.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman at Total Recon is fantastic. He's number one, man. He uses an excellent product. I think it's called Expel.
Expel, yeah.
Yeah, Expel. That's the good stuff. He uses it on a lot of different cars, very fancy cars. He's done Lamborghinis and so forth. I just keep it washed and cleaned, and I never take it to a car wash.
You wash it yourself?
I wash it myself, hand wash it.
Mm-hmm.
The two-tub method.
The two-tub method?
Yeah, the two-tub method.
Do you use the foam cannon?
No, I do not. I do not use a foam cannon. I put the soap on with microfiber.
Okay.
Brush or towel or whatever it is. Hose it down and wipe it off with microfiber towels.
Looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Looks gorgeous. Looks like they came out of the factory, or maybe even better.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that you like best about your Mercedes, Pete?
The way it drives.
The way it drives?
It drives is fantastic. It moves like a cat. It's not... the CLA is not performance vehicle. The one I have is not a performance vehicle. It's not an AMG. 221 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque.
Mm-hmm.
But it's light enough, and it moves like a cat.
And what kind of mileage do you get from it?
Let's see. I will get on the highway. It loves the highway.
Mm-hmm.
I can get up to maybe 32 miles to the gallon.
Okay.
This isn't bad. In the city, driving around the villages here, maybe 25 miles.
And how many miles do you have on it now?
24,270.
Oh, okay.
And it's a 2020. So the mileage isn't too bad.
Yeah. What's the longest trip you've taken in it?
I haven't taken it too far. Maybe Orlando, Tampa. Taken it down to Sarasota. That's about it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I don't take it too far. But it goes on the highway, which is a bad thing. I've got, I had to replace the windshield on it because I was following some trucks down I-4, smashed the windshield,
No.
and had to have it replaced. Took a while, but to get the parts and everything. But it's perfect. You can see it, Mike. Right?
It's perfect.
It's like it's
granite.
100%. I had Mercedes put it in the dealership, and you can see it still has the signature on the corner. Right?
Yep, it's perfect.
It's OME product, so
That's great.
original equipment manufacturer's product.
Well, Pete, thanks for
So-
spending a couple of minutes with us
Oh,
here at the
sure.
show. Thank
Not
you.
a problem. Thanks.
What does the German mean on your car?
The SLK stands for the three German words that mean sporty, lightweight, and short.
Okay, it is short, it is sporty.
But it's long enough for a 6-foot tall guy to have plenty of leg room in too.
Okay, and they first started making the SLK in 1996.
Yes.
It's got a 6-cylinder engine in it.
This one's 4-cylinder.
A 4-cylinder is 300.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's got a turbocharger in it or something?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
It gets up and go, but not as much as the AMG that I had before this.
And the finish on the car, this is from 2000, so it's 13 years old?
No.
Oh, 3 years old.
3 years old.
Do you have a ceramic coating on this one?
No, I don't.
It looks fantastic.
That it hardly ever sees the sunshine. It's in the garage, and I
Okay,
keep
so
it clean. So
garage queen.
yes, it doesn't go to the car wash,
Okay, well that's why it looks so good.
and only have it, I think, about 7,600 miles on it.
Great. Hey, thanks for talking with me,
You
John.
bet.
So this is Mike Keffer. Mike, why don't you tell us about your beautiful blue car?
What can I tell you?
What model is it?
It's a 2017 SL 550.
And you bought it new?
No, I bought it recently from another one of your club members.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lives right up the street from me. He bought a new car, electric car,
Yeah.
and I bought his old car from him.
You got a great deal then.
I had his 2007, and I traded this is a 17. So I traded up 10 years, and I'm tickled to death with it.
Yep. Good. What's the one thing you like best about it, Mike?
Well, Jen likes the hot air curtain.
The hot air curtain.
The hot air curtain on the neck.
Right,
When she gets in it when it's cool out, she likes to turn that hot air curtain on her neck and warm herself up.
Good.
That feature alone makes it all worthwhile.
Good. Thanks a lot.
Made her happy.
Okay. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
This is Mike Roth, Open Forum in the Villages. I'm talking to Paul Sorgen. He was the co-founder of the Benz Club about 5 years ago.
Right. So.
You want to tell the story of how I found you?
Yes, we were at a car show on one of the squares. Was it here? Spanish Springs. And a friend of mine was with me, and I said, "You stay here, and I'm going to walk around and look at the cars." And while I was gone, you put a card in the seat, and said, "Well, I'm going to start a Mercedes club." And I had been thinking about doing that myself. And so I called you, and you had everything set up with the villages. Well, here we go. So
And here we are.
yeah,
4 years later, we have roughly 300 members.
you're right. Right. Yeah.
What's the one thing you like best about this 230 SL?
I just like the way it looks and handles, and it's a classic car. So
It's rather rare because it's a hand-built.
yes, I think they all were hand built. Yeah.
You hand rebuilt it, didn't you?
Yeah, just about. I didn't have to do much body work, just the paint. And although I found one of the doors had been hit, and that was a replacement door because the color wasn't body color on the inside, so I had it painted body color. Well, when they painted the car, the whole car.
Looks gorgeous. Looks gorgeous.
The first thing I did was check the compression in all the cylinders, and they were all at 150 psi, so I didn't have to get inside the engine. But then I took all the components off the engine and cleaned the block up and painted it black with the factory black, and just did cosmetics And
This car doesn't have air conditioning, does it?
no, it does not. It has nothing power, no power steering, no air conditioning. It's a strip model, you know. But the brakes are hydraulic, and you know, that was standard on all of them. So.
I guess when you take the top down, it's air conditioned.
Yeah, well, actually, it's air conditioned now with the windows up. In the summer, I usually keep the top up because it's actually cooler because of the sun.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, thanks very much for talking to us on Open Forum.
okay, thank you, Mike.
I'm here with Jack Wagner, and we're going to talk about his car, which is a
2008 S550.
okay. And what's the best thing you like about it, Jack?
It's fast.
It's fast. Okay.
Yeah. Very comfortable riding.
Right.
I mean, we brought it down here from Minnesota, and
You probably never got near the speed limit, right?
no, I do that with my Corvette.
Okay. What's the one thing you like best about it?
Well, the ride. I don't know. What about?
It's such a dependable car. I mean, I love the fact that I don't worry about it. It's just a great car.
You drive it too?
It's my car.
Oh, it's your car.
I drive it a lot.
Before in 2008, she went out to.
I let him drive it every once in a while.
How many miles do you have on it?
About 115,000, 120,000.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah,
But they're usually good for about 250,000 miles. Before you
absolutely.
need
I don't
a
think
new
I'll
engine.
live long enough.
What's that?
I don't think I'll live long enough to put that much on it.
You
Down
never
here.
can tell.
Down here.
Down here, no.
If it was back home, yes.
Right.
But we bought her down here. Yep.
Good. Thanks for talking to me, John. This is Mike Roth and
Russ Harmon.
Russ. Tell us about your car.
Well, we're sitting in a 1996 E300 diesel, and I believe I've got the only diesel car here tonight. So I think diesel's kind of faded out over the years, but this one's still running pretty strong. It's got 141,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What year again was it?
1996.
Yeah, I bought a 2014 E250 bi-turbo diesel. It was a four-wheel drive car.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought it because they said they got 42 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
Okay, that was only on highways and only after 17 miles.
Downhill.
No. They got sued because they were turning off the pollution control equipment.
Right,
after 17
exactly. Well, this one really does get pretty consistently about 32, 33 miles to the gallon.
Well, that's not
Whether
bad.
it's city, highway, whatever, it's plus 30 for sure.
Okay,
So,
and what's your favorite part about the car?
it's quiet on the road, believe it or not. Even with the diesel engine, at 80 miles an hour on I-75, it's like driving a bank vault.
No one would drive 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, 75.
70. That was the name of the road. You meant you were going 70, right?
70 miles an hour.
That's what I thought.
But it is super quiet. For a car that's nearly 30 years old, it's super quiet.
Right.
So-
right. Have you had to replace any of the rubber seals on the doors or anything?
Nope, everything in this car is original. The only thing that my brother replaced, he had the car before me, he replaced the wiring harnesses. And I'm sorry, the fuel lines from the tank.
Oh, okay. So this was built 96, you said?
Yeah, 96.
Okay, so that was the end of the Mercedes biodegradable wiring.
Yes.
From
So-
92 to 96,
Right.
they built cars for the German standards of
Yeah.
recyclability.
Yeah.
And the insulation would fall off the wires.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
I owned one of those.
Yeah. Well, he did do the wiring harnesses, and so they look pretty good. The wiring looks really good.
Yeah,
So,
well,
yeah.
They aren't biodegradable anymore.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
last for 30 more years.
Right.
Great. Okay, thanks very much.
I love the car.
Great.
And I love the Mercedes Club.
Tell everyone to join.
Yes, you should join. If you're not a member, join today.
And actually, you don't actually have to own a Mercedes. You can be a Mercedes enthusiast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a couple of Audi members, cars who drive Audis.
Sure.
And we have a couple of other brands that people who want to join the club for the
Perfect.
camaraderie and the driving events that we put on. We went on a very nice cruise last week, and And we got another car show coming up on the 29th of April.
Yep, I'll be there.
Good. Hey.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
This is Mike Roth and Gary Goins. We're talking about his beautiful white Mercedes AMG SL63. What year is it, Gary?
It's a 2009.
2009.
Yep.
What's special about your car?
Well, there were only 200 of them made worldwide.
Really?
And there's only 27. I got two different numbers, 27 or 29 in the United States.
And
so it's one of 29.
What did they do special for this model?
Well, in 09, if you kind of remember, the economy wasn't all that great, so they partnered with IWC, which is International Watch Company, to promote the Benz and the watch at the same time. So when you bought this, you got an IWC, I forget what the name it is, Grosser Engineer, which is a great engineer, and they were hand assembled across the German-Swiss border.
Okay.
And it's a big 45.5 millimeter diameter housing. Unfortunately, I don't have that watch, but I have seen them. I don't have the original watch.
What's the one thing that you like best about the car?
Oh, there is no one thing. I like the whole thing. It's quick, it's fast, it goes around turns like no tomorrow. It's just a great, comfortable driving car that makes your adrenaline flow.
Well, that's good. That's good. Gary, thanks for being with us on the show.
You're quite welcome. I thank you for talking to me.
This is a call out and thank you to my supporters, to Alvin Stengel and Ed Williams and Dr. Craig Curtis at K2 The Villages. We'll be hearing more from K2 later in future episodes, as they are now a major supporter. We are making a change soon. All of our shows will be distributed by a single podcast syndicator, Buzzsprout, both the old shows and the new show. We are also changing our subscription plans. Now you will be a supporter by simply making a subscribing via Buzzsprout. You can make a contribution of any amount that you'd like. We'd suggest $3 a month. If that's too much for your budget, you can pay less, or if you're really enjoying what we're doing and want to see us continue, you can pay more. This is going to be a subscriber-supported podcast. We are making this conversion to make it easier for everybody. And all of the subscriber-only episodes that were available on Apple Podcasts will now be converted to the Buzzsprout channel, and everyone can go ahead and listen to those. Remember, our next episode will air live Friday at 9 a.m. That's when it will be released on our regular subscriptions. Should you want to become a sponsor of the show, contact me at mikeroth@rothvoice.com. If you know someone that you think should be on the show, send me an email at mike@rothvoice.com. I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. The content of the show is copyright by Roth Voice 2023, all rights reserved.